Paulaner has been brewing beer in Munich, Germany since 1634. It's one of the 6 official breweries to provide beer for Oktoberfest, a festival that dates back to 1810. Oktoberfest Marzen is the company's official Oktoberfest beer. But is it worth being your official Oktoberfest beer? Find out now on Two Dudes Reviews. What up, guys? Yeah, today we have Paulaner's Oktoberfest beer. It's that time of year, so figured we'd get it cracking, and I'll just pop this open right now. Now I'm thinking Paulaner might have been the first legit German beer that I ever had. Now, of course, that was 12, 13 years ago, maybe more than that. It's probably more than that, more like 14 years ago, back when you couldn't find anything anywhere, and your only beer option was to basically go to World Market and see what they had. Because nobody was carrying micro beers, nobody was carrying, well, there weren't really too many microbreweries out there anyways. Nobody was carrying anything, there wasn't many specialty places, so that was back in the day when you had to work for it. Now it's almost too easy. But I don't think I've had this Oktoberfest beer before, so I'm really stoked to try it. Paulaner is a fantastic brewery. But, yeah, so anyways, let's get into the review. And also, if you want to subscribe to the Instagram thing, got that bloop graphic thing going on. But, yeah, check it out. I'm, posting what beers I'll be reviewing that will be coming up. I'm posting a few other updates for a few other kinds of videos I'm thinking about tossing up on the page. But anyways, that's my little spiel. But let's get into the smell. It's definitely more robust than some of the other Oktoberfest beers that you get, the ones that are very watery. I find that there's a lot of Oktoberfest beers that are, you're going to be drinking a giant, thing of it, but they're really light and kind of a little void of flavor, which is, it's Oktoberfest. It's getting close to that fall time of year. I want something with a little more flavor than a lot of the summer beers have that are a little more on the watery side. So this already smells more robust. It's got a little kind of nuttiness to it. Not over the top. Not something that you get into more like the Christmas ales where it's heavier. Just a little nutty, not super nutty. Maybe just a ever so slight hint of molasses, just enough to make it interesting, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, it's kind of like more of your brown ale, but it's got that molasses, that subtle molasses thing going on. It's a little, it tastes like it's going to have some character to it, but not to the point where it's so over the top where you're struggling to finish one and call it a day. Because obviously Oktoberfest beers are made so you can enjoy a couple in one sitting, even if you're not sitting at a giant picnic table with 6 pounds of sausage in front of you. But I'm going to recommend it on the smell. Now let's get into the taste. Oh, I like that. I really like that. It starts off, initially, you have that darker brown ale kind of flavor. You got a little bit of that nuttiness to it. Again, a subtle bit of the molasses, but it feels like it's going to kind of nosedive into something that's really heavy. It feels like you're going to get more of the, it's going to be that higher alcohol, taste on your tongue. It really tastes like it's going to dive down there, but it kind of, as soon as you get that idea that that's what might happen, it kind of veers off, takes a U-turn, and it's lighter. So you start and you're kind of like, uh-oh, I'm only going to be able to drink one of these. And then it lightens up a little bit, and you're like, it's kind of like, oh no, I'm be totally fine smashing the 6-pack. That's okay. Yeah, I like that a lot, because there's a lot of the Oktoberfest beers I've had. They're missing that extra little like ingredient that really takes it over the top. They're a little too light on flavor. This has just enough flavor, reminding you that it comes from a quality brewery, but it doesn't go over the top, and it pulls back. You know, it goes in then pulls back, just so you know it's there. And I really, really dig that. I don't know if the alcohol content is on here. I mean, it's 5.8, so not super heavy, but enough to keep it interesting. I think that kind of explains this beer. You got enough flavor to keep it interesting and still let you drink more of them. It's got a higher alcohol content just to keep it above, your normal, like American Budweiser kind of thing. So I totally dig this all the way around. Oh yeah, that is great. That is a great beer. I think so far this year it is my favorite Oktoberfest beer right now. So yes, I will recommend it on taste. All right, next category is value for price, and honestly, it's not that bad. I think I only paid like $1.99 for the single. So for something of this quality, that's not a bad price at all. I mean, you're gonna pay more than $1.99 for a single if you can get singles at your booze store. You're gonna pay way more for that for a micro beer that's made maybe 500 miles away. You might pay an extra $1 or $2 just for a single one, and I can almost promise you it's not gonna taste as good as this. There's just, I don't know, there's just something about the Oktoberfest beers from Germany. They know what they're doing. They've been doing it for a long ass time, and this one is so on point. And for only $1.99, absolutely, I will recommend it for that. All right, next category is distinction. How distinct is it? It's an Oktoberfest beer, so it is very kind of niched in. It's right in there following the the warmer seasonal months. It's right in there right before the fall beers and the pumpkin beers and all that stuff. So there's not a lot of wiggle room with it for the style, but I think this has enough that sets it apart from a lot of those other kind of flatline Oktoberfest beers. This has enough of that extra little nutty, slight molasses flavor without going over the top that keeps it an Oktoberfest beer, and yet adds a little something on it. So I totally go for that, and I will recommend it on Distinction. And then next category is drinkability, and yes, an Oktoberfest beer needs to be drinkable. You need to be able to drink a decent amount of it. I used to have a boot. I don't remember if it was a full yard, but it's hard to move in a moving truck without it breaking at the ankle. It's just not a great thing to, when you're moving an L glass, that's trouble. So that thing broke. But this would be a beer that I could definitely enjoy, like a full boot of, because it's got enough flavor, but it's not hard to drink. And so, yes, I will recommend it on drinkability. And all right, last category is, would I buy it again? And absolutely. Again, this is by so far the best Oktoberfest beer that I've had to date. I mean, at least this year. And I'm going to try to pick up as many others as I can. Of course, I have a couple weeks for that to, kind of lingers into the beginning of October before you cut off and it switches to pumpkin and the seasonal spices, and you're kind of going to ride that wave out till end of the year. So I'm going to try to pick up as many of these as I can over the next few weeks, but so far this one takes the cake, so I will recommend it. I will be buying it again, and the second time in a month. That ain't bad. I've given gave it the thumbs up on every single category, so I'm giving it the official Two Dudes stamp of approval. But, so yeah, that is the review of Paulaner's Oktoberfest Marzen. If you've had it before, let me know. Maybe you don't like it. You're crazy if you don't. But if you don't, let me know why. If there's other beers that, Oktoberfest beers that you like better than this, let me know, and I'll try to, check that out. And yeah, just feel free to spiel all you want on that. And that is a review of that. I got some kind of fun little other things coming up that I'm going to try to put together. And yeah, that is about it. So for myself, for the Paulaner Oktoberfest Marzen, take it easy.